Alright, here we go again. Today we have an Xbox controller. This is a cool one, limited edition, and you already know what the problem is. It's stick drift. I'm going to show you a different way to approach stick drift without replacing the whole stick. No, it's not a cleaning hack. We are going to replace parts, but you might find this to be simpler than replacing the whole stick. First, I'm going to show you on the computer what the problem is with it. So when I plug it in, you're going to see a problem with the stick. Left side, obviously. And look at that. I mean, it's off center by 0.58. I go down and it does the same thing. The left and right seem okay. Actually, they seem perfect. So how do we approach the up and down? Well, the first thing we got to do is open it up. Now, I'm not going to do a teardown video on this, but if you guys don't know the easiest way to get these sides off, just grip it. Oh my gosh, that one's on there tight. Ugh. I was supposed to make that look easy. There's another option. Grab a tool and just stick it in there up by the trigger and that'll pop right off. Sometimes they just pop off right with your fingernails. Anyway, I'm going to get the board out of here. So here we are under the microscope, and this is the left stick. And in case you're wondering why one side is blue and one side is green, it's because I did this whole thing and forgot to press record. So I'm redoing it for the sake of the video. The point is, this is the up and down movement, okay? And you can see this left side is controlling the up and down. Now, if you recall, when we tested the controller, the side-to-side movement was fine. So we don't need to mess with that. We need to replace this. And I'm going to show you how to do it using nothing more than a soldering iron, some solder, and some copper braid wick. So first, flip it over. With it flipped over, I want you to flux it up. Flux is going to help the different alloy mix in. So you're going to need low melt removal solder. And if you don't have this, then we're going to be having that on our website. And I'm going to mix that in to all three of the pins there. Real simple like that. Okay. Now, what I want to do is have this not connected to the stick. So get some tweezers in there and pop that off. Now, low melt removal solder doesn't harden quickly. It stays molten longer. So what I can do is just kind of go along all three of those and remove that. See how easy that was? Now, I know people don't know how to do this because do-it-yourselfers come to my shop all the time where they basically are at the soldering point of this and they get stumped and they want me to help them with it. So, when you're desoldering, put as much of the flat part of your iron against the board, and that's going to help the board heat up enough to let that solder wick up. See how those holes are clear now? Then we're going to use a little bit of IPA to clean that up. Now, what you need is a replacement part, okay? One of these things. You can buy those separately, or you could buy the whole stick. That's where I got this one off of. So, we're going to have the whole stick available on our website, and then you just simply pop that off, okay? Then, over here, you're going to slide that in and pop it on. Maybe. There we go. Should click in good. Before soldering it in, give your circle a nice round test. On the side I'm working on, it's not a problem, but on this side, when you pop those off, then this little bracket thing has a way of coming out of position, and you want to make sure that it's back in position properly before you solder the part on. Anyway, this side's good, so we're going to solder that on. Now, you're not going to use removal low melt solder to put this in. For a final installation, you want to use regular leaded solder. And I just put the iron against the board and the pin, and it flows in nicely. Then a little bit more IPA to clean that up. And the soldering work is done on this. So I'm gonna, this is it, it's done. I'm gonna connect this to the computer after putting it back in the controller and show you the results of this job. Now just real quick here, you may not have needed to take the whole board out to do your job, but for the sake of making a video, I of course wanted to take the whole board out. And if you forget which way these wires go on, it's really easy. Start with the rumble motor, and black goes on the bottom, followed by red. Then these other wires, they both look black, but one of them has a gray stripe. You see that? Black, solid black goes down, and then the one with the gray stripe goes on top. So the easiest way for me to remember that is with the bottom of the controller. Here, I'll even position this so it makes sense. The bottom of the controller down here, black is always on the bottom. So black, red, black, and then gray or black with a gray stripe. Anyway, I hope that that's helpful. Okay, so we get it all back together. Now we're gonna plug into the computer and show you what's up. All right, so here's the tester, and we did the left stick, and you can see it's perfectly dead center. I mean, is that something or what? So here's the whole point. You don't need to replace the whole stick. You can replace just the part that went defective. On this controller, it was up and down on the left stick. On a different controller, it could be left and right on the right stick. It doesn't matter. And this is the same for all Xbox controllers and all PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 controllers. So you need low melt solder, leaded solder, a soldering iron, flux, and soldering wick. All these things we plan to be selling on the website that is currently under development. Hopefully we have that ready to go by the time that you watch this video. But if nothing else, no matter where you buy the parts, if you found this video helpful and you thought that this looked easy to do, maybe even helped you fix your controller, subscribe to our channel. It'll help us and make us want to do more content just like this. Thanks for watching.